Sports Center.
What is up, Madison? I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by Madison Axe. Enjoy axe throwing, craft beer, bags, shuffleboard, and more fun at Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Visit MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today. College football analyst Kelly Stauffer joined the jump around earlier today, and he was critical of Luke Fickell's decision to play Billy Edwards Jr. against Maryland.
Hot here, but I was a little disturbed how the quarterback position was handled against Maryland, to be honest with you. Billy Edwards Jr. was not ready to play. And I didn't like, as a former quarterback and as a former player, seeing a player in that position. I don't care how bad he wants to play against his former team.
You can watch back that full appearance of Kelly on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, or listen back to it on the ESPN Wisconsin app or wherever you get your podcasts. The Wisconsin Badgers were off last week, and they traveled to Ann Arbor to take on the 20th-ranked Michigan Wolverines for an 11 a.m. kickoff. Michigan is currently 17.5-point favorites in that game. Jim, Matt, and Molly start right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other. First of all, I was in like 6th, 7th grade. Yeah. That's when you would get wedgies and stuff. The silks were the worst.
Silks?
Yeah.
What are silks?
Silk boxers.
Is that like spandex?
No. They're like loose. They're just
no
shirts.
way.
They're like
That's
shorts
a
that are silk. But they had patterns on them. Like everyone had a pair with hearts.
What?
Everyone had the black pair with the red hearts all over them.
And chime in on your silk usage. I feel like silk has faded away.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush
a Coors Light.
You just scared me.
I scared Barry Alvarez. I am at Mentoring Positives alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. Primetime Laura Shine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talk text line. This is more. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us with the ESPN Wisconsin app. And, Molly, before we get into the show, why are we and Good Karma Brands hanging out at Mentoring Positives today?
Well, we are actually at Mentoring Positives because, well, one, they're just a great organization in the Madison area and just kind of helping shape the futures of the youth in our community, which is awesome. I know. I see the sign is about to tip on that. It's fine.
No, I was saying Mentoring Positives is a
oh.
nonprofit organization that mentors vulnerable youth to become productive members in their community. The hook is the key. They do this through group mentoring, athletics, and entrepreneurship. We guide them down a positive path, they do, of learning, practice, and mastering social, emotional well-being, and leadership skills.
So, how to make some fire pizza.
Exactly. So, actually, we're at their location where they make pizza, they make salsa, they do a ton of cool stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. You can actually buy it, which is really cool, too.
You can get it frozen or have them cook the pizza for you?
I might have to get some salsa here to bring home.
Yep, there's a lot of jars of salsa right there. I know a couple weeks ago. There you go. A couple weeks ago, we actually ordered a ton of pizzas in for a meeting that we had, so that's something you can always do as well. But they also were out at our golf outing a couple months ago already in August, and they treated all of our guests to pizza and all the good things. But they do awesome stuff in the community, so if you're looking to support a great cause, head over to Mentoring Positives, or you can check them out online too.
I'm going to get pizza before I go.
Their pizza is fire.
Yeah. It is great. We have dinner planned. Otherwise, I would have gotten a pizza, but I'm going to do...
Like we decided, you can always get a frozen one.
Maybe I'll get a frozen pizza and some salsa.
It's good for like a Friday night meal tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have an oven in the camper.
There you
I'm
go.
out tomorrow.
Or when when the kids go
Cooking
to
on
bed,
the
the wife
campfire.
goes to bed,
There you
you're
go.
kind of vibing some pizza while you're
No.
playing Madden.
Nobody
You got
else-
a Frozen to throw it in there?
None of us go to bed without our spouses and
Jim-
stay up
Jim
playing
stays
video
up.
games.
No,
do
I don't
you?
I don't do that anymore. I used to, but
Like, what? Used to, isn't it like a week ago?
no, like a couple months ago. But I
When-
get the point.
When
Yes.
NCAA came out.
Right,
Gotcha,
right,
gotcha.
yes.
Yeah.
844-770-3776 is the Columbus text line. How you get into the show? So I upset everyone again. Do we have the
What'd you do
audio,
now?
Ryan, of my now? Do we call it viral if it's over 200,000 views? I don't know what viral is, but for ESPN Madison, it did well, and people are upset. Packer fans might be the easiest fan base to trigger. I don't know. I've only
People
triggered one
like me.
fan base, but goodness gracious, do they get mad and get mean. My favorite responses were, "You don't even know ball, bro." And the second anyone said you don't know ball, as immediately I could care less what you have to say, because nobody on Twitter has the cachet to say the word no ball.
Yeah, fair.
Like who on Twitter do you think knows ball?
Ben Kirk.
Right.
And he didn't comment
He
on
did
it,
not
so
comment on that.
You're good.
All right, so let's hear what I had to say about Jordan Love.
Jordan Love not elite, not because of his physical play, but because, again, fourth quarter against Cleveland, interception. Halftime against the against the Cowboys, a brutal sack, and then he fumbled it, but he shouldn't have taken the sack in that scenario. Like, you can't put yourself with the ball in harm's way, and like that's elementary football. And then at the end of the game, he throws a check down and doesn't follow the basic rules of the 2-minute, does not communicate to the team that they're in a 2-minute. So all those sorts of things, the things that make Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers elite and make Jordan Love good. If Jordan Love was elite, the Packers are 4-0.
I mean, so one of the comments that caught my eye was someone said, like, oh, you can always tell when someone just watches highlights. And I kind of wanted to go to bat for you and be like, I know for a fact that if he doesn't watch the game live, he's watching it back in its entirety.
Well, if I was only watching highlights, I wouldn't be pulling those moments out too.
Well,
Like those
that's
are
the
very
thing is, those are all highlight. Those are the highlight moments. They're going to show the fumble.
Yeah.
They're going to show an interception from the game before. They're going to show
Right.
the last 2 minutes of overtime in a
But they're
game
not.
that's
They're
a
not going
barn
to show the
burner.
last 2 minutes of overtime, though.
Oh,
They're only going to
you're
show
gonna
you
see,
the scores.
You're going to see that check down pass. That
Right, but
and then
yeah.
you're going to see them scramble or not scramble. Should
lackadaisical
scramble. The lackadaisical, like, walk up to the line and try and get another playoff. Like, they'll show all that. And I get where that guy's coming from, but nothing you said was inaccurate there.
right.
That's what I'm getting. I love the Packers, and I will go to bat if I think something you say is like vehemently wrong. But you rarely say anything vehemently wrong. You just say it really mean.
People like me.
Your
That
point
hurts my
is a valid
feelings,
one.
but I
Jim.
know that doesn't mean it's not factual.
And that's fair. I definitely put some stank on it. But, and I appreciate you going to bat for me on it. And honestly, my response to the one with the highlights would be like, I feel like that's not you, but the person responding. Because a lot of people want to throw out the stats and throw out some highlights from him. And I'll ask you this. Like, Dak Prescott has got amazing stats. Is Daniel Jones the best quarterback in the league? Is he elite? Is Daniel Jones elite? Because if we're playing the stat game, then Daniel Jones is elite this year. And Dak Prescott and Jordan Love are peers. Heck, Caleb Williams is close to Jordan Love if we're playing the stat game. That's clearly not the case. Jordan Love and Dak Prescott are clearly peers. Jordan Love is clearly better than Daniel Jones and Caleb Williams, even if statistically Daniel Jones is better than Jordan Love. So that's why the statistic game is dumb. And we're really talking about tiers. So let's start with this. Who is elite? Who do we agree is an elite quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
Josh Allen.
And then what do we think about
Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow?
Joe Burrow. Yes, if he could stay healthy.
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh.
He just
If he
haven't
had
had
an
a chance to
offensive
stay.
line, I
He'd be
think
the
that
best in
guy
the
would
league.
cook. He would absolutely cook.
Yeah.
Look at him last year. He
Yeah.
didn't have an offensive line.
And if he
threw
had a
for
defense,
5,000
if he had a
yards.
defense too, and he didn't have to put up a million gazillion points, and
Yep.
in order to win a game, he would win every single year.
But I think that's it. I think you could
Yeah.
say
Jalen Hurts is really good, not elite.
Yeah, he's not an elite quarterback. He's almost more like an elite.
Aaron Rodgers right now?
No.
No.
I also would want to say, like,
Matt Stafford?
Lamar Jackson is just he's a different kind of elite.
Yeah,
I'll give
yes.
him elite, but, like, I wouldn't call him an elite arm talent. I would call him an elite football player.
Or an elite athlete.
Yeah, he's an elite quarterback because he's using his legs from the quarterback position and throwing the ball.
Right.
And it's honestly, it's not even, he's got an elite arm. It's just not quite I would say at least as far as power.
Right.
Maybe the touch and all that isn't there. But Lamar Jackson, multiple MVPs, like all these guys got multiple MVPs.
Yeah.
I think Stafford's not elite anymore. But this is why
anymore. You've said that he's one Super Bowl away from being
passing Aaron Rodgers' legacy, though. Aaron Rodgers isn't elite anymore either.
But Aaron Rodgers was elite.
He was, and Matthew Stafford was elite for a big part of his career.
Is elite.
True, but I'm not saying that this current version of Matthew Stafford. It's more of an accumulation of stats for Matthew Stafford. That one more Super Bowl, his stats look
We're
pretty
talking
close.
about guys that are currently elite.
Yes.
I get it.
Like
I'm just saying. I think
I don't think Stafford's currently elite.
And by elite by definition, I hate going more than 3, but 4 I'll give you with Burrow, Lamar, Josh, and Patrick. Mm-hmm. So, because that was a big response, everyone got caught up in the, Patrick Mahomes is 2-2, Lamar Jackson's 1-3.
Are they not elite? I know that. I was like, I feel like I'm getting dumber reading some of these comments
because no person in their right mind is putting Jordan Love and Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the same category.
Right. Like, I don't understand why you can't look at it in a vacuum and be like, if Jordan Love played elite, we would be 4-0. It has nothing to do with other quarterbacks and whether if they play elite, is the rest of their team able to also get it done?
Yep.
Like, this was this is a very particular situation where Jordan Love, if he was just a little closer to that next level, we'd be 4-0 right now. Me and Molly would be absolutely giddy with excitement, and it'd be sad boy Bears Jim.
Yep. An elite quarterback is an eraser. And that's what I was getting to. So everyone that commented that, the quarterback, or the quarterback doesn't play secondary, or the quarterback doesn't play special teams, the quarterback doesn't play defense. You're absolutely right. But an elite quarterback, and I never said Jordan Love wasn't good. I hear the arguments for great. I feel like he's got to win more than one playoff game. If you're not calling Dak Prescott great, I can't call Jordan Love great. Dak Prescott's 2-5 in the playoffs.
I can't call Jordan Love great yet.
And Jordan Love is trending. Just if he's 1-2, that means his next he'd end up 2-4. If you extrapolate it out, which is very similar to Dak. I think Dak is very good. I think Jordan Love is very good.
Yeah.
Elite is a high bar. An elite quarterback is an eraser, which means they don't mark down in Sharpie massive dumb mistakes like throwing an interception in a time where you have no business throwing a ball unless it's a clean window. Taking a horrible sack, not knowing the time and place you are. You're up big. There's no reason to risk for a half of a second getting sacked. Get that ball out of your hands. And then even at the end of the game, O-zone. Out of bounds or end zone, and you checked it down. So those are 3 Sharpie mistakes that you can point to in key situational positions in the football game that Jordan Love did not erase. Instead, he wrote down a mistake in Sharpie. If Jordan Love is elite, he's erasing those mistakes. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean you don't ever lose a football game. It's just meaning you're rarely one of the main reasons you could point to of why you lost that football game. And what's the biggest momentum change in the Dallas game?
The block kick and the sack.
The strip sack.
Yeah.
Strip sack to turn into a fumble, a touchdown. What, next play? 2 plays later?
2 plays later.
Yeah. So you got that. And then obviously the handling of Matt LaFleur talked about it. 2-minute warning, the team was not moving with the urgency that they needed to be moving in a 2-minute offense.
Yeah.
And he talked about watching what happened on the field as a slow-motion car crash. Elite quarterbacks are not talked about like that from their head coach.
And I want to make this abundantly clear. Elite players will very rarely make bonehead mistakes. The fact that Jim rattled 3 off from the last 2 games is the reason we're saying he's just very good. Because Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers in his prime, they might have had 3 of those kind of bonehead mistakes where they're like, oh man, I wish I had that one back. Like 3-4 times in the entire season. Yeah. We are only talking about 2 games in particular.
Right.
And in that 2-game span, we've had 3 Sharpie moments, and one of them is going to be a teach talk around the league where they're going to show other quarterbacks and second stringers and rookies, this is how not to do it. This was a mistake.
Yes. And honestly, with that, when I watch, and Molly and I are talking about this before, and we have different views of feeling scared. When I watch Jordan Love and the Packers, I don't watch them with the fear that I had with Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers of like, oh God, they're going to come back. They're going to do something special. In fact, most of the time, whether it's watching them play my team, which, by the way, I've watched every single Packer game for the last 17 years and every single Bear game for the last 17 years. So I have a general idea of what the Packers are, along with a lot of teams in NFC North. So when I watch the Packers play and I see them behind, I'm more waiting for Jordan Love to do something boneheaded. And he usually does every game. He doesn't always pay for it. But there's usually a few boneheaded plays, whether it's missing a wide-open wide receiver, whether it is missing, poor clock management, throwing a dumb interception, fumbling the ball. He's usually good for a boneheaded mistake in a game. So when I watched Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, I was in fear that they were going to drive that dagger into the heart of my team. With Jordan Love, he's just as likely to drive a dagger into the heart of my team as he is his own team.
Yep. And that's the difference in how we watch it, where you have the fear. You had the fear of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, where I have the fear of Jordan Love in the sense of I'm scared he's going to do something to bleep this up. That is how I feel every game.
Now, I will say, obviously, the way that last drive ended, they got the field goal, got the tie. That does count in the stat. He led 5 go-ahead/tie drives where lesser quarterbacks don't even get into scoring position. Yeah. So, he has shown that there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
It's just the mental errors, in my eyes, for the most part, that is holding Jordan Love back.
And what do we always say about quarterbacks as far as what makes them good to great, great to elite? It's between the ears. And I'm not saying it's not smart. I'm just saying that there's just some sort of it factor, mental factor. I don't know exactly what it is, but the great quarterbacks come through in those moments. There's ice water in their veins. Their heart rate drops. They are calm, cool, and collected.
Be in the moment
and they're in those moments. And they make those plays, and they're able to read the defense and make all the big throws. And that's what's the difference between Brett Favre and Jay Cutler. The difference between Aaron Rodgers and Jay Cutler. Yeah. Those guys elevated in the moments and didn't make the boneheaded mistake. Jay Cutler did not elevate and would often make a boneheaded mistake. And that's what separates Jay Cutler good from Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers elite.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I see Alex in Wanakee chimes in on the Carbos Talking text line 844-770-3776. He says, no one thinks Love is elite right now. The fans' problem with you is that he's nowhere near the reason we're not 4-0. I don't think in that video, nor on our show, have we said that Jordan Love is the reason they're not 4-0.
Right.
The Cleveland Browns game, yeah, he's the reason they lost that game. He threw that interception. That lost the game for them, right? We can all agree there?
Yes.
Last week against the Cowboys, he wasn't the only reason that they lost. His mistakes weren't the only reason. The defense allowed 40 points.
Yes.
But the defense can't. The defense, in the same way that Jordan Love can't be held accountable for the entire loss, tie, I consider it a loss, can't be held accountable for it. Jordan Love did his part and the defense did theirs, right? It's not all Jordan Love's fault.
In the Cleveland game?
No, in the Cowboys game.
The Cowboys game.
Cleveland game, we can agree that was Jordan Love's fault.
Yeah,
That was nobody else's fault besides Jordan Love.
Because the defense did enough.
Defense held them to 0 points until the last 45 seconds of the game, I'm pretty sure, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was
4 minutes, whatever it was.
Not a lot of time left in the game. I think the biggest one for me, yes, defense for sure against Dallas, but you cannot be given the other team, especially with the weapons that Dallas has, the field position that they gave them the whole time. The fact that Brandon McManus had more tackles than anybody, or not anybody, but he wasn't last, or he was listed as a tackler, which is not a good sign.
Right.
And the fact that he had more tackles than some people.
He had to get checked out for a concussion.
You know who didn't have a tackle? Lucas Van Ness. Brandon McManus had to make a tackle. That means you are giving up terrible field position. So not only is your defense kind of struggling, your special teams couldn't even give them the break of forcing them to go 75 yards, 80 yards down the field. Instead, you give them a 45-yard field and say, you're already in field goal range for your crazy kicker.
Or you fumble the ball at the end of the half and you give them the ball in their own red zone.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Again,
Jordan Love isn't the only reason, and neither is the defense, and neither is the special teams. All of them came together for the perfect storm to have the most perfect worst game you could have.
And again, it goes back to
of those three, though, I'm putting the least on Jordan Love of those three.
Right. I'm not, again, and this is where either gets lost in translation on social media. I'm not saying the Packers lost because Jordan Love wasn't good enough. What I'm saying is that elite QBs are erasers. They erase the mistakes of their teammates. Mm-hmm.
Or cover it up, at least.
Yes. In this case, he made his own mistakes in Sharpie in key moments. And that's why he isn't elite right now. If you think stats make him elite, I mean, I'm sorry. There's a lot of QBs out there with some really impressive stats, including Jared Goff and Dak Prescott. Nobody's calling them elite. MVPs, winning more playoff games. I don't think anything outside of, I mean, if he wins the MVP or is in the top 3 in the MVP this year, then obviously we can start having a conversation about elite after the regular season, and we'll see what he does in the playoffs. But elite is a very high bar. And to say that Jordan Love is an elite is, I think, fair.
So you mentioned it, like, we'll see how he does in the playoffs. Should we reconsider Lamar Jackson then? Because
But he's got 3 MVPs, though? I mean, like, again, 2?
I think it's 2 MVPs and 1 playoff win, and he's made the playoffs a bunch.
Lamar is an interesting case, but again, I kind of go with
1 in 6 in the playoffs.
He's got a lot of the MVPs are a whole nother level in the regular season, though, too. And I'm not a big MVP guy, but you can't ignore those.
And don't get me wrong, he is absolutely elite in the regular season, but it kind of gives me a little hint of like.
Well, Dak Prescott 2 and 5.
vibes,
Yeah. Well, and that's always goes to what's fair and unfair to expect out of him. Honestly, the biggest thing I'd have to look at, I don't have it in front of me, is what are his playoff statistics.
Lamar Jackson,
3 and 5.
He's 3 and 5 in the playoffs.
Well, I don't mean wins and losses. I mean, like, what is he doing compared to his normal baseline
He
stats?
has 13 touchdowns to 11 total turnovers, 7 interceptions, 4 fumbles lost. So
I imagine he's not doing that in the regular season and winning MVPs.
No.
Yeah. Because, like, Jordan Love has...
Those are Sharpie mistakes.
They are. Jordan Love had 3 interceptions against Philadelphia and 2 or 1 against
2 against San Francisco.
So yeah, that's 5 interceptions. That's a lot. That's more turnovers than he normally does in 2 games. Totally. And I don't know off the top of my head if he fumbled anything. But our starting limited poll question is: how far can the Packers go if Jordan Love is good, not great? 844-770-3776. That's Carl's Talking Text Line. This is more. Rooster Chris Steakhouse is where I was on Monday. We all were I was there for the Barry Alvarez show and for Jim, Matt, and Molly. I had a great steak sandwich. The fellas had some great drinks over there at Rooster Chris Steakhouse. The whole team at Rooster Chris is fantastic, especially Lee and Kevin and the whole team out there. So go visit Rooster Chris Steakhouse in Middleton for the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl Happy Hours. Jim, Matt, and Molly.
This scared me. This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
I was really anxious about college and felt overwhelmed at choosing one, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. One tour of Madison College campus was all it took. The campus environment is amazing, so welcoming and friendly, and everyone is really supportive. My advice? See this campus for yourself. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking Zoa Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. Zoa is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZoaEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some Zoa for yourself. Zoa Energy for balance and drive.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot games. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot games. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
If you're looking for an energy drink that actually supports your wellness goals, ZOA Energy is packed with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants for a clean, focused boost without the jitters. It's co-founded by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and ZOA is vegan, gluten-free, and comes in a variety of bold flavors. With caffeine from green tea and guarana, it fuels endurance and mental clarity. Whether you're hitting the gym or grinding through your day, low in sugar and big on purpose, ZOA isn't just about energy, it's about living better and giving back.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. We're at Mentoring Positives. Jesse Nelson has arrived as well because ESPN Madison is going to be volunteering some of our time today. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carl Stock text line. This is more our siding unlimited poll question. How far can the Packers go if Jordan Love is good, not great? Before we get to that, Tyler in Sun Prairie chimes in. Damn it, Jim, I have to agree with you. Definitely has that stank on it, too. So he is agreeing with you, Matt, that I put some stank on it, but I'm not wrong. And
Your
David
point
Deerfield
is
asks,
a valid one, Jim.
how can Jalen Hurts always be left out of the conversations? 2 Super Bowls and 1 win. No MVP. He has success at Allen and Jackson. That's a good question. Some of this is going to be
the game.
Right.
He doesn't do the same things that these guys do. He is literally, if you want to call him elite, he is the most elite game manager of football in general. Honestly, the best game I've ever seen him play, and granted it was on the world's biggest stage, was the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Against the Chiefs. But like this season, I know statistics don't tell the whole story because they are 4-0. Statistically this season, he might not be top 10 as far as numbers go, but the guy can get the wins. He knows what it takes to win a ball game, but nothing he does like stands out to me as like that's super elite.
Well, and it is interesting of like how you want to break down elite because, you know, Josh Allen, his completion percentage is actually pretty, I think it's pedestrian, if not below average, but he makes all these plays. He makes these plays that only he can do.
Yes.
And I think that's the difference. And so maybe that does make Jalen Hurts elite because I don't know if there's another quarterback in this league that can do what Jalen Hurts does. Because running is a big part of
I think that he's also just really good. And like you were saying, it's hard to say anybody beyond 3 to 4 people as elite. Unless we're just living in a complete crazy time of quarterbacks right now.
True. But like that, Patrick Mahomes does things that only Patrick Mahomes can do, along with the normal stuff. Same with Josh Allen struggled early on doing the simple stuff, but he could do the stuff that nobody else could do. And Lamar Jackson, same thing. Lamar Jackson,
he's 70% right now.
Well,
Josh Allen,
right? But look at the rest of. I mean,
oh yeah, the rest of his career he's closer to the 65ish.
And he's a continuing climbing player. But Josh Allen was a guy that his first few years, people were questioning would he make it because he could do the spectacular, but the routine seemed impossible. And Lamar Jackson was similar. And now both those guys have reached the next level. Patrick Mahomes obviously hit the ground running immediately. Joe Burrow is another guy to hit the ground running immediately. So the interesting part is Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow are probably the only two quarterbacks that you could plug into any system and they'd be successful. I don't think Josh Allen would be as good in the Packers system.
Is it necessarily like working in any system?
No, I'm not. I don't think it has to be that.
I know, but you guys were like pointing out like what's the definition of elite? Like how do we talk about this? How do we define this? Like I think you said it perfectly in the first segment, Jim. It's a guy who's just an eraser, a guy who can make all the problems go away. Like Joe Burrow, the perfect example. The Bengals have every problem you can imagine on their roster, other than wide receiver, and then Joe Burrow. Offensive line stinks, defense stinks, special teams historically is not that great. So, but when you look at Jordan Love having to deal with some of those same issues, he can't quite elevate them to winning games, willing them to win games the way that Burrow has.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to describe it, just going back to it. Elite quarterbacks are eracers. I wouldn't call Jalen Hurts an eraser. If you were down big, Jalen Hurts, whether arms or legs, is probably not going to win that for you.
That said, come back against the Rams.
That's what I was thinking.
I know.
26-7.
But the defense was there. Yeah. There was a blocked extra. I mean, there was a lot there.
Here's just some quick numbers for you, and this is where I think he falls very good. Yards, he's 27th.
Who are you talking about?
Hurts.
Okay.
He's tied for 17th with 5 TDs. The part that makes him an elite game manager and the reason he doesn't lose games, he's 0 picks this year.
Yeah.
Right? Like the guy can take care of the ball. If you need a yard, he'll get you 2. Like the guy just makes sure the plays where the ball is in his hands, he's just smart with the ball.
He's a winner.
I wouldn't you couldn't throw him into Kansas City's offense and he wouldn't have the exact same numbers as this.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And again, with even a comeback, Jalen Hurts necessarily isn't an eraser, but he still never put you in a position where you felt he was the reason why you're falling behind.
Right.
Like, again, we talked about it. If I'm watching a game waiting for Jalen Hurts to make a mistake, it might be 7 games.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get 7 quarters without Jordan Love making a catastrophic mistake. Now, not every mistake is he has to pay for. Some of them, there's throws you're like, oh, my God, he got away with it.
Yeah.
The Lions game, 2 throws back-to-back. He got very lucky that they weren't interceptions.
Mm-hmm. And the weird thing with Jordan is that you almost can sense it coming. Where, like, he gets a little bit, like, all of a sudden, you're like, all right, that was a weird throw. And it's like, oh, no, there's no weird throw. Something weird's going to happen. All of a sudden, it feels like...
It's the panic.
It's like snowballing on
him
that
you can feel. You can just, like... I feel like for me, I can just sense it. You can just sense that there's panic within him.
Pressure,
and you don't get that from any of the quarterbacks that we've been talking about this whole time.
Forget even him. An elite quarterback doesn't give you panic as a fan.
Fair.
But Aaron Rodgers, he would when you would watch him in the playoffs and you're like, all right, you're making bad decisions.
Okay.
Why are we forcing the ball to Devontae Adams? Why are we doing this? He's not going to throw a stupid pick in the same way that Jordan Love would. He would just not be himself, and that would cause me panic. So
that's a little different. Yeah,
it'd be more like frustration.
A frustration.
Like,
I guess.
Where's the Aaron Rodgers of regular season?
Yes.
When I watch games, when Jay Cutler was there, it's like the whole time you're like, he's gonna do something dumb. Mm-hmm. And Jordan Love is not to that extent.
Charles Woodson knew it.
You're right. But honestly, I think there's some teams that say, let's just sit back and wait for Jordan Love to do something boneheaded.
I don't think it'd be crazy if they did.
And so, and he's better than Jay Cutler with that side of it. But my point is, he's closer to that than he is to the maybe Aaron Rodgers didn't play as peak Aaron Rodgers in the biggest moments, but you still didn't feel like he was literally going to throw the ball away or throw the game away. Mm-hmm. Chalmers, Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton, they'll help you score. They've been helping people score since almost 25 years now. So go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. They will help you score. Chalmers Jewelers, get yourself a custom piece of jewelry. It can be an engagement ring. It could be a custom wedding band. Plenty of great things at Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What is going on with the hair right now? Oh, my God.
What's wrong with it?
Flock of seagulls type haircut here, Ryan.
He looks fully like Johnny Bravo Bravo, if you guys know that cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think you're as jacked as him?
No.
Oh.
No, Johnny Bravo is all upper body. He skipped leg day, though, and I don't do that.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Join Jesse Nelson and the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow, this Friday night at 6:30 as the Stoughton Vikings travel to the Edgewood Crusaders. Edgewood looks to stay unbeaten on the season as they set their eyes on a Badger Small Conference title. Again, it's 6:30 this Friday night on 100.5 ESPN or streaming for free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
This is Martin Sessaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt and Holly on 100.5 SPN Madison.
Hey, shady baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower. You're the chosen one.
Carbon World Health has everything you can imagine at their brand new location in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center. It's their brand new med spa. They have laser treatments, injectables, body contouring, vitamin drips, and so much more. You guys know that I've been getting my hydrofacials done there. I love it. The results are just incredible. So if you're looking to get started on your health and wellness journey, head over to Carbon World Health at their brand new location in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. Primetime Laura Sean behind the glass in the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carl's Talking text line. List is more. Our Siding Unlimited poll question: how far can the Packers go if Jordan Love is good, not great? But we did some predictions to start the season. We're going to revisit them now, but we're going to play a little game here where you can either buy, sell, or hold your prediction. But if you're going to sell your prediction, you have to buy it from one of your teammates so you can just piggyback what they picked here. So, Ryan, you want to take it away, or do you want me to do this?
So I can go ahead and take it away. Now, we know what predictions we made, guys. It's on the back of the sheet that's in front of you, Matt Hamilton, in case you haven't found it yet. Okay, he's got it. Perfect.
He's a child, I know.
Good.
I appreciate the confirmation, though, Ryan.
Thank you, Molly, for being the mom of the remote today. Anyways.
Well, you're the dad. Well, no, never mind.
Well,
let's play house. Yeah, what is going on here?
Yeah, no, we'll move on.
Should I just call you daddy?
I don't want to. I'm not going to acknowledge that.
That's not the name of our podcast.
Thank you.
Anyways, so we made some predictions about the NFC North, guys. So each of your predictions are on that sheet in front of you. You guys predicted the records for all four teams. Now, Jim, why don't you go ahead and go through yours? Packers, Lions, Bears, and Vikings. Any of those predictions that you want to move off of?
I have the Packers 10-7, Lions 11-6, Bears 10-7, Vikings 8-9. Here's the problem. I did all the math on this, so I don't know if I could just bump the Packers. I like the Lions and the Packers at both 11-6, and I don't know who takes the tiebreaker, but I like that.
Okay, so you would want to sell your Packers prediction. All right, then
So if I have to sell it, I guess I'll take Matt's.
12-5.
Well, that's the only other one I can take because Molly has 10 wins as well.
That's true.
You'd either have to stand on it or you have to jump all the way up to 12.
So if I have to do that, I probably have to subtract the wins somewhere. So then I would take the Bears to 9-8.
Okay, I was going to say, so we're talking all teams in this, right? Because, I'm looking at mine. So I have the top two teams being the Packers and the Lions at 10-7. Then I have the Bears and Vikings both being 9-8. However, it's very hard for me to believe that the Lions are going to lose 6 more games this year. If I'm looking at my records. So
you want to buy my Lions 11-6?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right. So
even though I want more.
Can I buy Molly's then 9? Mainly, I want to buy the Bears to 9-8 because I want to be accurate in the amount of wins that are available for these teams.
Yeah, you can go ahead and sell. You can go ahead and sell whatever stock you want. You just got to buy one of the other people's.
All right, so I'm moving the Packers to 12, and I bought Matt's 12-5, and then I'm buying Molly's Bears 9-8 because I feel like that evens out the numbers. Okay. I feel fine with my Lions and Vikings.
Molly,
Matt?
any of the other ones you want to change for yours?
I would love to say that I want Matt's at 12-5. However, the Packers have two losses. Well, they have one loss, and I could imagine them losing more, especially towards the end of the season as it gets tougher.
They have a tough end of their season, but 10 wins seems too low now, and so I would prefer to go with 11, but I can't. I'm going to go with the 12.
I'll stick with mine right now.
Matt Hamilton, you moving off any of your predictions?
Nah, I'm perfect.
You're perfect across
Bears
the board.
Bears at 5-12.
Yeah,
you are.
The Bears already have 2 wins.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. The Vikings one seems realistic, though, if you look at it. 7-10.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So this just means Matt is the Warren Buffett of our show, right? He just never moves off his stocks, stays right where he's at, never gets too high, never gets too low.
You know, those day traders, tough to win.
Is that how Warren Buffett
the key to stocks is staying in the game.
Yeah, you're not staying in the game when a team is almost halfway to your win total with not a quarter way through the season.
We might have to reassess this, and I can.
It's okay. Matt just thinks the Bears still suck.
It's clearly just his fandom because he's got the Vikings 7-10. Like he's just like, I don't like those teams.
I literally wanted this to be perfectly even, like what you were talking about with wins.
Yeah.
The NFC North is going 500 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Matt Hamilton knows there's about to be a scarcity of wieners, and the Chicago Dogs in Chicago are about to go way down. The Bears record is going to go down with it. So we're all good. It's like
the Bears have the Saints, the Commanders, and there's like a garbage team in there too they play besides the Saints coming up here.
Are you insinuating the Commanders are garbage?
No, the Saints are garbage.
Okay.
Okay, so that takes them to 3.
Commanders is a pick 'em. Then you got the Saints. And then there's another bad team.
Commanders are a pick 'em with the Bears, you think?
I bet you, yeah.
That's interesting because, like, preseason, you were like, that's easy L. Commanders are better.
Well, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
also.
Jaden Daniels is now hurt, not playing well so far this year.
Fair enough. Sophomore
What was
slump's
last
real.
time wasn't the last game that he played in against the Packers, or did he play
Right,
this
but he
last
didn't play the
weekend?
first 2 games. Were not that great, though. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
against an
that's
elite
tough.
Packers defense.
That's all.
And then he's going to come in. He'll have one game before that one, but, you know. Cliff Kingsbury's offense is – it's not even Jaden Daniels. Cliff Kingsbury's offense is notoriously figured out.
Also, Cliff Kingsbury got fired from Arizona for a reason.
Right, because his offense gets figured out. Yeah, so, like, that's why I feel like it's not even Daniels' fault.
Yeah, their roster is just old and slow. Anyways, guys, speaking of other teams beyond the NFC North, you guys made some general NFL predictions for the year, mostly awards related, Super Bowl as well. So, Jim, we'll start again with you. Your Super Bowl pick, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year pick, or first head coach fired, and your one bowl prediction. You selling any of those? You feel good across the board?
I'll sell the Ravens. I'll buy Molly's Eagles.
So, wait, hold on. What was your prediction for Super Bowl?
Ravens beat the Eagles, sorry.
Okay.
So I'm going to buy the Bills instead of the Ravens. Can I do that?
But Molly has the Eagles beating the Bills.
But I have to buy the exact.
Yeah, you have to buy her pick.
That's fine. I'll buy that one then.
Okay.
So obviously the Ravens aren't going to make it. So Eagles beating the Bills is fine. Obviously I'm buying Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Either one of them.
Who is
I
your
had
MVP
Joe Burrow.
pick?
I had Joe Burrow as MVP pick.
That could still happen.
Right. Well, honestly, if they don't win another game, maybe he wins MVP.
Because they're like, he really was the most valuable player on that team.
I actually feel fine with Aiden Hutchinson, a Defensive Player of the Year. He's got 4 sacks, a couple tackles for losses. For my first fired head coach, I like my odds as much as anyone else. I mean, I like it way better than Matt's.
Who is your head coach?
I have Brian Dable as my head coach. Matt had
He didn't say it to the audience, Matt.
And then-
I know what his pick was. He just didn't say it to everybody.
My bold prediction, Ben Johnson wins Coach of the Year. I still feel good with that, too.
Okay. Matt Hamilton, you buying or selling any? Or are you selling any of your preseason predictions?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to sell it because I do think the Packers are going to beat somebody in the Super Bowl, but I don't think it's going to be the Steelers. I'm still going to wish cast that one and keep it.
Guys, the Steelers are the odds-on favorite to win the NFC North. Did you realize that?
The Steelers are the odds-on favorite to win the NFC North?
Excuse me, the AFC North. My bad.
I was like, what?
Because the Ravens have gone down the trash barrel. The Bengals are still terrible, and then you have the Browns, who are like going to be flipping quarterbacks all season long. The Steelers are easily going to win that division.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they're not a
I don't know
playoff
if you can
team.
say easily. We're only four weeks into the season.
I mean,
I'm not gonna.
Let's pump the brakes there.
I'm going to stay on that one. Still like the Josh Allen pick. Micah Parsons, I probably should stay in it, but I don't hate Myles Garrett. So I'm going to stick with my quarterback tackler, Micah Parsons. I'm definitely selling my first head coach fired, Sean McDermott of the Bills. I thought they might, if they had some hiccups early, they would be willing to move off him quick, but obviously one of 2 undefeated teams still. So I'm going to go ahead and get on with Jim's pick of Brian Daboll because Zach Taylor, they're not going to fire him because their starting quarterback got injured. Like, I just feel like he's got a little bit of extra security there.
I actually think I have the goat of all picks. I am basically 5-0 on mine. I have Eagles beating the Bills in the Super Bowl. That seems like it could happen.
Yep.
Josh Allen getting the MVP. Myles Garrett being depoy. First head coach fired. Zach Taylor, that's the only one that bothers me, and I wish I would have gone with Mike McDaniel because he was the other name that I was thinking of as we were picking this. That's the hard thing is, like you said, with a starting quarterback getting fired, I feel like that kind of buys him some more time, a la Luke Fickell.
You never even let me get to my bowl predictions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut that one off.
That's all right.
I apologize.
I'm sticking with it, though.
All right. Matt's
go.
bold prediction was the Bears win 5 or fewer games, which, as you can tell, that was up in his NFC North predictions. Mine is the Chargers win the AFC West, which they're leading the AFC West right now, and they look pretty good. I don't know what they're going to look like the rest of the season. But
do you want to buy Dable from me, or are you going to keep with Taylor?
No, I'm sticking with Zach Taylor.
Okay.
So wait.
Dable just got Jackson Dart to be his starting quarterback.
Yeah, but if they fall off, he's still going to get fired.
I don't think he will.
Okay. I mean, I just know.
I wish I could pick. I wish I could
know
pick
the
up somebody
Giants
from
just
like the
beat the
bench
Chargers,
and then be
right?
Mike McDaniel. Okay.
Okay.
Your point.
Good. I'm just making sure.
And you look at the rest of the AFC West. Chiefs are 2-2. Broncos 2-2. Raiders 1-3.
Hey, I don't disagree with it.
And I think I placed a bet on that at Pato, so I kind of have to stick with it now.
Okay.
I gotta hope I get that one.
So yeah, you're not allowed to change off of it.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Do I get to give away a case of High Life right now?
Well, first we just all have to acknowledge that based off of the first 4 weeks of the season, Molly knows ball more than the rest of you guys.
Molly knows
None of you guys watch ball.
What?
Shout out, I beat Jab Ball.
I only got rid of one. I'm also no ball.
Matt, your stupid one. Your bold prediction is stupid. So like
Yeah,
that one,
it's
you're
not-
gonna get.
it's not
Just
a
like
bold
your
prediction.
NFC North. Yeah.
Like you're gonna get moved off of it.
I'd expect that from like
You're just a
Bears
homer.
fan, man.
You're literally a
You're
homer.
a Chicago fan.
Yeah. And the Packers beat the Steelers is pretty wild.
Oh, would that not be what? Like, I know you wouldn't want to see that, but that is a great storyline for a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I'm just saying it might be in the NFL script this year, which,
if that
as
happens,
we know, it is scripted, and if that is what's written in, it'll get there, and it's one of the better stories that you could ask for.
If that happened, I'd be going hard for the Steelers just for how funny it would be that.
I would be. I would still be pulling Packers, but
Matt,
there'd be a silver lining there.
Yeah, Matt, would you still be happy if the Steelers? Would you be happier if Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl in his final year than if Jordan Love won a Super Bowl in his third season as a starter?
No, I wouldn't be happier because I would like the parody of Packers quarterbacks winning Super Bowls at 27.
Yeah, be
like
fun.
that would be the elite. I'm just saying, just like I said after the Packer game, like there's a lot of good things to look at. There's some silver linings. In that Packers-Cowboys game, there'd be a silver lining to that Super Bowl.
What if he doesn't win a Super Bowl at 27? Does that mean he just won't win one? Is that kind of the curse for the Packers we're not aware of? It's 27
That's
or bust.
Matt's logic.
Well, I mean, you only get one, and if it's not 27, you might as well move off him.
Maybe he'll get one at 28, 29, and 30. How about
All
that?
right. Let's give away a case of High Life.
Yeah, sure will.
Caller 27 for Jordan Love?
Obviously, of course. Jordan Love wears number 10. Let's go caller number 10.
All right, caller number 10 wins the case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Caller number 10 wins the case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Caller number 10, case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Brandon in Tulsa, my calloused heels ended their silk chic era after one night.
Oh, God, that just,
You all right over there?
I hate the feeling of, like, when your feet or something on your body is, like, dry and it, like, scrapes against the sheets. Oh, God, that just,
I'm with you on that.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Accountability everywhere. Wisconsin football expected to face 3 ranked teams in October. It takes everyone, players and staff, to climb the mountain, according to Barry Alvarez. How coach would tackle what's ahead?
When you play in some of these games, I tell my coaches, you need to pick your step up. You need to be a little louder. You need to be a little more intense. You got to get ready to play a top 10 team because the players read the coaches. I'd expect the coaches to pick up their tempo. The players would read that.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Every team needs captains and playmakers, and Madison and Dane County Pizza Hut locations are looking for both. They're hiring managers to lead the crew and drivers to deliver big wins and pizzas. Find part-time or full-time roles with flexible hours, plus full benefits for those who work 30 or more hours per week. Whether it's running the huddle or making plays on the road, there's a spot at Pizza Hut for you. Apply today at jobs.pizzahut.com. That's jobs.pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Gruber's offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
The High Life Dive Bar giveaway is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
Congrats to Frank in Sun Prairie for winning a case of High Life. He will be in the High Life as soon as he comes to the ESPN office and picks it up. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown. We're at Mentoring Positives in Madison here, and we are be part of the team volunteering here at Mentoring Positives. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. It's Carbless Talk text line. List is more. We are asking you, how far can the Packers go if Jordan Love is good, not great? And I think that question is defined by the defense.
Yeah, the rest of the players and phases of the game.
I feel confident the special teams will turn back around. Rich Bisaccia is too good of a coach. These are stupid.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You still think he's a good special teams coach at this point?
He stinks.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I think it's just bad. Players are just making dumb decisions.
But also, that's partly because of the coaching that they have.
I don't know. I mean, as Ryan pointed out, Luke Musgrave, on the block extra point, Luke Musgrave did something that's rudimentary. He went and blocked the outside guy instead of the inside guy.
But then who's the guy who trusted to put him out there? Rich Bisaccia.
Oh, well, no, that'd be Goody building out a roster. I mean, there's so many people. There's only so many guys you can use.
I think Goody drafted him as a tight end, and then they said.
But there's only so many guys.
I think two things can be true at once: that Luke Musgraves could make a poor decision, but also there could be poor decision making as a coach leading to poor decisions.
He's got a hell of a track record overall as a coach.
He was with the Raiders. What else?
He was with the Raiders to the point where they elevated him to head coach because they believed in his coaching. But
he's associate head coach here, and he's not acting like
well
one.
thought of as a special teams coach around the league. He will be hired immediately if he's fired.
Okay, maybe before he came to the Packers.
Guarantee he'll get a job the second
I'm not saying he's not getting a job. I'm just saying for what he's done in Green Bay, it hasn't been anything. He's done nothing here. And with the price tag that comes on top of it, makes
who
it
cares
worse.
about the price tag? There's no salary cap on paying a coach.
No, but I'm saying that if we're always going to say, he's the highest paid coach he's the highest paid special teams coordinator in the league, all the things, then act like one.
I just go with it goes both ways on this. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and Joes. So I just think the Packer players are sloppy. And they're making simple mistakes.
Here's the thing. If they're sloppy, is that because they're not disciplined, and not disciplined is
partly because of coaching.
No, I just think that they are
grown men, yes, but also there's coaching involved in that too.
Yeah, I just think these are elementary mistakes. These are not these are not scheme issues.
Fixable mistakes.
These are mistakes that a professional athlete who's been on special teams for a long time should not be making. These are not schematic errors. These are like Luke Musgrave, how much time do you think he's spending in special time? How much time do you think Rich Bisaccia gets with him?
I don't know. I haven't.
That was my point before with Musgraves on the team. Like,
I mean, he hasn't done anything as a tight end yet this far, so
he's got a couple.
Hopefully, he's had a little bit of time on special teams practicing, because who knows what the hell he's doing.
He's got a couple balls, but you're right. He's not. I was expecting these 2 tight end sets and like 2 dynamic tight ends, kind of like the old Patriots that had Hernandez and Gronk. Not necessarily to that level.
Yeah, you're talking about 2 of like the best.
No, but I'm talking about like 2 guys that are going to be very viable pass options, and it only seems like we've got 1 at tight end.
844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. That's Carbus Talking text line. This is more. We do have a side and limit poll question. How far can the Packers go if Jordan Love is good but not great? Right now, 46% of you vote how I voted, which was divisional round.
What are the options?
27% of you say wild card, 15% of you say championship, 12% say Super Bowl. The defense is really going to need Micah Parsons has been great. Micah Parsons has to be like Reggie White, I think, for this defense. And he was Reggie White, I think, the first 2 games. And then he was good to great the other 2 games. Mm-hmm. But I think this defense has enough flaws with Van Ness being inconsistent, Rashawn Gary being inconsistent, and Keyshawn Nixon, I think, being pedestrian.
You mean
bad.
Packers sack leader Rashawn Gary?
And Nate Hobbs.
Quarterback tackler.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that Rashawn Gary is currently like 9th for Defensive Player of the Year odds?
Yeah.
Because of the sack numbers?
He's tied for the league lead right now, 4.5.
Told you this is his breakout year. I've been saying it for 5 years now.
Yeah, all that happened is he had
players
to be
to come in.
not the lead guy.
Exactly.
Even though he's paid like the lead guy, he just can't be the lead
He needs to have elite players come in to bring him
now
up.
He's not paid like the lead guy because the lead guy is the highest paid non-quarterback in the league.
Good on Goody for realizing he screwed up with Van Ness and Gary and got Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now maybe the fans will be like, wow, great picks with those guys if they're able to play better.
It's a little bit the equivalent of like you have Josh Jacobs and then you sign like another great, you sign like Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And you're like, look at how much better Josh Jacobs running now.
It's 12 touches.
If he was good enough, you wouldn't have had to sign Micah Parsons.
Exactly.
It takes a village, you know.
Look, I'm giving Goody credit.
Quarterback tackler
to own those errors.
What do you mean? Wait,
but
by
getting
saying,
Micah, was that him owning it? Not actually. He's never going to come out and say like, those were
but
misses,
getting Micah admits that like these guys ain't it. These guys like Rashawn Gary's drafted in the position to be Micah.
Yeah, we tried to draft and develop, and
Van Ness was pretty. I mean, first round pass rusher again, drafted to be something. Doesn't have to be Micah, but neither one of them were close to it.
I mean, I would expect more than 1 Pro Bowl out of Rashawn Gary at this point.
Yeah, not Pro Bowl.
Good Lord.
What are we talking
Pro
about?
Bowl or Pro Bowl alternate?
But we all know. Look,
what are we talking about?
We all know it's all pro or bust.
Okay.
So is he getting an All-Pro this year?
He's ninth
He's on
the
track.
GPOI. Yeah, dude. I think he's right there in the mix for All-Pro.
JK Security Solutions, they're all pro in helping your home or business, whether it's commercial fire protection, commercial security, or home security. J&K Security Solutions can help you. They're veteran-owned, they're family-owned, they're locally owned. J&K Security Solutions. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Hey, it's John Audius, play-by-play voice of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. Join us for the broadcast coming up later today, right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Love Madison Volleyball.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. It's a decisive day 3 of the MLB Playoffs wild card round. The Milwaukee Brewers, as the number 1 overall seed, will face the winner of the wild card series today between the Cubs and the Padres. That pivotal Game 3 is going on right now on ESPN. Game is currently 2-0 Cubs in the bottom of the third as the Cubs look to face the Brewers this Saturday. That game will be dependent upon the result of tonight's game between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Brewers will play at either 1 p.m. if the Red Sox advance to the ALDS, and then 8 p.m. They will play at 8 p.m. if the Red Sox advance to the ALDS, 1 p.m. if the Yankees move past Boston. You can watch Game 3 of that series at 7 p.m. tonight on ESPN. Also hear the game on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Then tonight on 100.5 ESPN, you'll hear their 7th-ranked Badgers volleyball squad hosting the Fighting Illini at the UW Fieldhouse. First service at 7 p.m. with John Arias on the call. So then pregame coverage begins right back here at the Everlight Solar Studio with your favorite Jesse Nelson. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other. First of all, I was in like 6th, 7th grade. Yeah. That's when you would get wedgies and stuff. The silks were the worst.
Silks?
Yeah.
What are silks?
Silk
boxers.
It's like spandex?
No. They're like loose. They're just
silk shirts.
They're like
That's
shorts
fake.
that are silk. But they had patterns on them. Like everyone had a pair with hearts.
What?
Everyone had the black pair with the red hearts all over them.
And chime in on your silk usage. I feel like silk has faded away.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power here at Mentoring Positives alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. Primetime Laura shine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carbs Talk text line. Less is more. You can chime in on our Siding Limited poll question. How far can the Packers go if Jordan Love is just good, not great? And right now, most of you think divisional round. It's early. The Chicago Cubs on ESPN are up 2-0 over San Diego. Seiya Suzuki is up to bat. They have 1 man on, 2 out in the bottom of the third. So still very early to say the Cubs are going to be playing the Brewers. They could have blown this game wide open. They had the bases loaded with 1 out. But they got 2 runs in off the bases loaded. So the question is, do you want to see the Cubs in the playoffs if you're a Brewers fan? 844-770-3776.
If I knew the Brewers were going to win against either team, I would say definitely the Cubs, just for the bragging rights.
Yep.
Cubs, technically, they've got a better record.
They won 7 of the 13 games they played
against the
Brewers.
Right,
yes.
so they would have technically won that if it was a 14-game series or 13-game series.
Now, that can mean 2 things. That can mean that the Cubs got all their wins in the regular season and the Brewers are going to win in the postseason. Or it can mean...
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan. They were pretty spread out. Like, I feel like every series was like one team won 2 games out of 3. Like, it was... And I feel like the Cubs won the last series.
It was really weird.
Yes, they did, because you kept saying...
the last one was 4, yeah.
Yeah, the last one was 5.
5,
It was a 5-game series at Wrigley because it was supposed to be a 4-game series. Yes, they won.
I remember
3
the
or
first
5.
game got rained out. I remember that.
And that was right after the Brewers had their winning streak, correct?
That was, about a week afterwards. Since that winning streak, by the way, I did look it up the other day. The Brewers are 19-21 since their 14-game winning streak.
Molly might have been onto something with peaking too soon.
Yeah, I told you guys. Told you. Should have been scared.
Molly,
I was asking.
Molly, you also told us they were going to get 100 wins this year, and you were like riding with that
They got
proudly.
90. How many wins did they get? They beat the record.
You don't
97
know how many
was the
wins
final.
they got?
Well, once I knew that they couldn't get 100, I was checked out because who cares anymore? No, they still beat the record. They beat the record of 96 that they previously held as a franchise. Franchise? Or is that... Yeah, okay. 100 wins, Ryan. Everybody told me that I was stupid for saying that without telling me I was stupid. They were saying it in a lot nicer way.
Like, you're crazy.
Yeah. Except look what all happened. We were doing a countdown to 100 wins. So let's not even, people, okay? Now, going back to this Cubs series, though. I mean, if I really, truly cared about the Brewers, I don't think I'd want to face a foe like you would in the Cubs. Right. I mean, yeah, it'd be fun for the rivalry aspect, and I think it adds a lot of juice, and it'll get fans to the stadium, whether they're from Chicago or Milwaukee. But, so it'll be a fun series if the Cubs do end up winning. However, if I was a Brewers fan, I'd be like, I'd rather see the Padres.
Yeah, the loss would hurt more. Like, the win would be better, but the loss would hurt more, and I'd rather not deal with that emotional roller coaster.
So for me,
I don't like roller coasters.
Baseball's just different. I'm not that emotionally invested. It's more of like, hey, if you win, great. The last time I was emotionally invested was when I wanted the Cubs to win the World Series, because obviously, like, that's kind of the pinnacle there. So I'm not extremely emotionally invested, but I will, and there are plenty of Brewer fans that, like I said this before, once the Cubs are out, I want the Brewers to go win the World Series. So that's where I'm at with the Brewers. So for me, it's a win-win.
So no haters jumping on Jim, please.
Right. But also, I will specifically find it incredibly hilarious for all the Chicago-hating, Cub-bashing throughout the entire year loser Brewer fans who spend more time caring about the Cubs than they do about their own team. If the Cubs actually took it, and Craig Counsell beat Pat Murphy, and they did all that, like, God, just for those specific Brewer fans, it'd be a weird feeling for me. I'd feel so happy dunking on them, but then I would feel bad for, like, the true Brewer fans who are like, oh, man, another season. So it'd be a mixed emotion, because it's not like football. Like, I would take the Bears sweeping the Packers this year than over the Cubs beating the Brewers in the playoffs.
Really? You'd rather...
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, because your second team would be the Brewers,
yeah, and I don't think the Cubs are going to the World Series anyway, so if they beat the Brewers, I think they would just lose in the next round. What's the big deal?
So really, you'd like to just dunk on the KPN people of the world?
Yeah. Yes. Because it is funny, like Pat Murphy took over the Brewers from Craig Counsell. The Brewers had won 92 games the year before. They won one more in 93. So then last year they won 93 games, and then this year they won 97, so 4 games. So over 2 years, Pat Murphy has increased the Brewers' win total by 5. Last year the Cubs won 83 games before Craig Counsell came in and won 83 games. This year they won 92. So in one season he won 9 more games than he did with than the Cubs have done with David Ross. So, like, he's already made a larger impact with the Cubs than Pat Murphy, in theory, has made with the Brewers.
But also, were the Brewers better than the Cubs, though?
Well, Craig Counsell is better than whoever.
Yeah, the Brewers team, that's my point, is that the Brewers roster, like, the key to the Brewers, and I've said this before, is David Stearns and, I'm sorry, who's running the team now? All of a sudden escaping me.
Matt Arnold?
Matt Arnold. Like, those are the...
Baseball gal here.
That's the Milwaukee Brewers. Because I also don't think managers matter that much.
Okay, so then why did you even just bring up the stat
line? Because Brewer fans love to get
what are we doing? If you actually don't believe in it, then don't bring it up.
I want to troll a little bit.
Come on.
That's fair.
But no,
like me.
I don't think it really matters, managers.
Ryan, what were you going to say?
I was going to point out the fact that if the Brewers and Matt Arnold are the one that are helping the Brewers win so much, then why couldn't Craig Counsell do that when he was with the Brewers? But then he goes to the Cubs and he gets more players, better players, they pay more. But Pat Murphy feels like he might be increasing their win total because of his coaching more than, anything that adding players would be doing, because they didn't really add any players. Pat Murphy is the only change or X factor for the team.
Oh, nobody got better?
I mean, they got better, but part of that is because of coaching. I mean, I think it goes back to what we just said with the Rich Pisaccio conversation. Yes, it matters.
You got more discipline on defense.
Oh, my God. Baseball
It's a different mentality.
They're winning with the power of friendship.
No. Baseball is, what are you doing in the offseason? And Pat Murphy has nothing to do with that.
Well, it's also the way that they approach games, the way that they're aggressive, the way they generate runs.
Okay, but
frankly, they should not be generating runs the way they are.
The general rule about baseball is that the manager is the least important in baseball than any other sport. Anyone can manage a baseball game.
Yeah, and you can speak louder than me. Good job.
Yeah.
Ryan, you have the ability to shut off his mic.
Yeah, but also
you hold the power.
But let's not say dumb things. Like, it is.
It's not a dumb thing to say that a manager matters in baseball and can help make the team better and
How
make
much better?
players
How much better? 3 wins?
By 3 wins, maybe. I mean, if you want to put a actual quantifiable number on, but you tried to just do it with Craig Counsell. So
no, I was having fun at the stupid idea that a manager matters that much. But I know the triggered Brewer fans, apparently like Ryan, get all worked up when you talk about a manager going one place to the other.
I think I'm on Ryan's side with this because you can't bring up different things with Craig Counsell and then say that it doesn't actually matter.
I was just having some fun. I don't
see. Yeah, exactly.
David Deerfield says. David Deerfield on the Carbus Talking text line. Listens more 844-770-3776. He says, "I'm like Jim, a Cubs fan, but I don't care about baseball. But it would be great for all those Counsell haters to have to spend such a dark, cold winter." Also, Robin Madison says, "It's like Jim just wishes to be junk punched walking down the street with all the Wisconsin sports talk."
So I will say when it comes to managers, Jim, I don't know how invested you are in baseball. Like I know.
Well, here's what I know: when you can look like they track it in baseball, and in baseball they will say through all the advanced analytics, they say the most a manager could do is 2.5 to 3 wins.
We talked about
that
this
is
a
the
couple
max.
weeks ago, yeah.
That is the absolute max, according to all the stats. The most stat-laden baseball thing out there. It is 2 to 3 wins. So that's not my personal opinion. That is the fact of the matter according to the most stat-kept sport in all of sports.
David Deerfield, Ryan says, "Boo-hoo, Ryan, take off the Brewer-colored glasses."
Brewer-colored glasses? Look, I'm just saying that there's a fact that the Pat Murphy took over as the head coach of the team, took over as the manager, and the team's gotten better despite not adding impact players.
Correlation Ryan, is not causation.
It's not correlation isn't causation, but there's an aspect to coaching in the way that you can help bring up young players. A lot of that probably has to do with the coaching. More than anything.
But there's no statistical evidence across baseball over the history of time that's true.
So you think it just happened to happen? They just fell into their laps. That the
natural progression of players. Ryan, Christian Yelich is healthier than he's ever been. Brandon Woodruff comes back healthy. Mizrowski has a little pop.
Brandon Woodruff came back healthy for like 2 games.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's.
No.
Yes, he did.
No, Woodruff
he literally came back for like a week and then he was done.
Well, not a week, but
it was a couple months.
It was not a couple months.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they won't have him for the postseason, which is brutal for the Brewers. But I will say, going back to that conversation, whether or not the Brewers play the Cubs, like Matt even talked about it, where he feels like the hurt as a Brewers fan if they lose to the Cubs is greater than the joy he'll get for winning. I don't care about either of those things. Don't you guys just think that a 5-game series, if it were to go 5 games between the Cubs and Brewers, would just be a thrilling experience to watch? Like, it would feel like, I don't know about you guys, last night I'm watching like Red Sox Yankees, and I'm saying I want to have a feeling like that as a Brewers fan in the postseason. If they play the Padres and if they lose or win, it might not feel that impactful, it might not feel that meaningful because it's just the Padres. It's going to be so much more meaningful no matter what happens if they play the Cubs.
I can't speak for all Cubs fans, but honestly, the only reason I want the Cubs to play the Brewers is they won this series.
Say that
that's
again?
it. The only reason I want the Cubs to play the Brewers is because that means the Cubs won the series.
Okay, so as a Cubs fan as yourself, maybe you don't care as much about it as a Brewers fan. But I think the majority of Brewers fans, if they were to advance past the Cubs, that would be the creme de la creme on top of this entire season.
It would, but it would be so much worse. Like, you're talking about it as like a neutral sports fan, I feel like, outside. Yeah, that's the game you want, the rivalry game. Well, at least
you're
for
talking
the Brewers.
risk-reward.
Yeah, I would rather not have to deal with the Cubs because for the same reasons you are. But for the same reasons you're saying, I'm like the opposite. I don't care if it's super electric and exciting. I just want the Brewers to advance. And technically right now the Cubs are a better team than the Padres. They're seeded higher. So I would rather take the low seed and take the metaphorical tap-in over playing a thrilling game against a rival. And how cool is it?
Like, I don't know if any games in the postseason are going to be tap-ins.
Yeah, they're not.
Well, no, they're not. But what I'm saying is I would rather
saying.
take the lower seed than play somebody for the history and the banter and the how electric the situation will be. I don't care.
And I guess I look at it like this, and you guys have different, rightfully so, because you're the number 1 seed. Like the Brewers, I think fans can feel like, all right, maybe this is our year to win the World Series. The Cubs, even though they're not the lowest seed, still seem to me like the least likely team out of the National League to go to the World Series. So I don't really have those aspirations. They have so far to go. The Brewers don't have as far to go. I still think Philadelphia is the best team, and I think the Dodgers. I mean, I think one of those two teams will end up doing it. I feel like the money's going to win out in the end.
And that's part of the point for me, too, is like if I'm being truly honest, I don't currently see the Brewers making it to the World Series because of the injuries piling up and the things that were going so well for them.
They peaked too soon?
Not peaked too soon. The injury bug got them, which isn't peaking too soon. It's that a leg was cut out from under you or an ankle at the very least.
Oh.
Some of the, Mizorowski is not nearly as effective as he was back in June or July, so you could say he peaked too soon. But then Quintana being injured, Trevor McGill is coming back off of IR. Who knows how effective he'll be in the postseason? Brandon Woodruff almost definitely will not pitch for the Brewers in the postseason. So you really have to rely a lot on their hitting, their young hitting, which has been inconsistent. So I don't see them really advancing past the NLCS, which is why, if that's the case, I'd rather them just play against the Cubs. And if they can make that their winning series, and if they can make that, honestly, the thing that is the peak of this season, it very well might just end up being that. And
that's going to be the Brewers' World Series?
Not their World Series, but it'll make this season at least satisfying, not just a season where, like, oh, maybe they went and they beat the Padres.
So
and then
your
they
reward
lost.
of beating the Cubs is worth the risk of losing to the Cubs, because beating San Diego won't feel as good.
Pretty much, yeah. Because if they just beat San Diego and then they end up going to the NLCS and they, lose maybe in 6 games to the Phillies, like, I'll kind of feel nothing, to be honest. It'll feel like such an anticlimax to what was such a crazy season for the Brewers.
Ryan just wants to feel.
Yes. I think as Brewers fans, legitimately, as Brewers fans, a lot of us they want to feel something about this team, because most years we go in with such tepid expectations. Then we don't really
hang
get
your
it.
hat on the winningest Brewers regular season team in the history of the franchise.
You're great in the regular season.
I couldn't tell you the best Bears season. Well, I got to tell you the best Bears season because it was 15-1. But I couldn't tell you the best Cubs season of all time. I couldn't tell you. Who cares about the regular season? The best Cubs season of all time was when they won the World Series.
I'm going to tell you right now. I would lose.
You want to
playing
get
the
deep
Cubs
in
in the playoffs, like Ryan said, they're probably not going to go to the World Series. To have an electric series with the Cubs and then lose the next round does not do anything more for me than watching a record-setting season for the Brewers and being around for it.
But you remember like playoff victories, even as a Packers fan. You remember amazing playoff victories like the one against the Cowboys, where then they go on and they get destroyed by the Falcons. But you still remember when they beat Dak and Zeke and that amazing Cowboys team in Jerry's world. Like, that meant something. And I feel it'll just be more meaningful if it's a series with the Cubs for me. Like, that's what I want to see.
I get it. I'm just saying, for me, you're right. It is meaningful, but it stings even worse thinking about that Falcons team that beat us. So at the end of the day, if you're not going to get the championship, having a record-setting regular season is pretty cool to be a part of, especially when it was Sounds of Summer right here on ESPN Madison.
Well, of course. Yes, we should
for
all
somebody
be
like you.
Yes, we should all be listening to
so
every
much
game.
more accessible. Baseball is more accessible to me than ever, I felt like.
And that's why you're the biggest Brewers fan on the panel.
Clearly.
No, Ryan is, but I definitely got into it more than I usually am.
I'll also say that, like, if Molly's prediction had come true and they got 100 wins in the regular season, like, first time ever the Brewers have done that, and maybe we'll never do again, like, that would have been truly meaningful for a regular season set. 97 wins as the franchise record is
first
great.
time ever.
It's awesome.
For the Brewers.
It's awesome, but 100 wins is like, it's
wild to me the Brewers haven't won 100 games before.
Yeah, it is.
Triple digits.
Yeah.
Triple digits.
All right, Matt, tell us about Odyssey.
I mean, it's fantastic, and they will not let you down because Odyssey is locally made right in Monroe, Wisconsin. They use locally sourced milk. 10 gallons of locally sourced Wisconsin milk makes 1 pound of delicious feta cheese. And I'm telling you what, it's not just feta cheese. They got the reduced fat, the no fat, the Mediterranean herb, the peppercorn, the sweet heat, which is amazing, and the smoked feta. All of them outrageous, all along to go with the regular feta. So if you're looking to add a little Greek flair to your dinners and get your Greek on, look no further than Odyssey Feta.
It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Bud Light's impactful initiative with Folds of Honor. This fall, Bud Light and Folds of Honor need your help to highlight the stories of those who gave their all in service of our country. If you know the family of a fallen or wounded veteran or first responder, then submit their story to be recognized by Kyle Brust and Nortman. Now through the week of Veterans Day, November 11th, submit the story of a service member for their family's chance to be featured on the air along with a Milwaukee basketball weekend experience. Text HONOR to 844-770-3776 and honor the families of those who've kept our family safe.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison Axe is your state-of-the-art entertainment spot.
Whoa, you nailed it!
Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
This is your year if you're Buffalo. This is your year. The competition in the AFC in terms of number of great teams is less than it feels like it's been. You have to take advantage of it.
I'm looking around the landscape of the AFC, and every single team has major questions with the exception of the Buffalo Bills.
Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
It doesn't matter what I say.
You can call the best in the Midwest. It's Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch early games and matches this season. Potawatomi Sportsbook will be open and ready for play. Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest. Time now for Molly's game. Also, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
I'm looking for Molly.
What a talent!
You know what? I'm not the leader.
And I can't
Jim
seem
is.
to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
There's reasons we need Jim on this show, and that's part of them, because he wouldn't do that. So,
people like me.
Guys, tonight it is Thursday night already, Thursday Night Football. Tonight is the San Francisco 49ers. They took on the Los Angeles Rams. So we're going to do all picks from that game. So, first one, over-under. We talked about this guy earlier. 233.5 yards for Matthew Stafford. Passing yards, I should say.
I'm going to go over. I feel like the 49ers are just beat up. Robert Saleh is a great defensive coordinator. But if Jacksonville is able to go out there and beat them, I think the Rams go out there and Stafford will put up some numbers.
Yeah, so I agree with everything you said, but the part I'm holding back on is like they might catch that early lead and rely heavily on the run.
They could.
So I guess just to be a contrarian, I'll go under.
Alrighty. And Ryan.
I will say it's funny that you threw in, like, this is just passing yards, not total yards. Like, I don't think we're worried about Matt Stafford's rushing yards.
Unless you're, taking away yards.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Right.
Negative. But you guys, if I wouldn't have said it, then you would have been like, well, is it all the yards or is it only passing?
It's not what we sound like, Molly.
Yeah. I was going to say, which one of us are you imitating when you do that?
I'm not going to tell you which one it is.
It's me. We know.
I won't tell you.
I won't tell you who it is.
Importantness.
Just rushing yards too or passing total.
I have no idea who we're talking about. Ryan?
Yeah. I'll go under for the same rationale as Matt. I think the Rams should be able to win this game pretty easily. The 49ers are just missing everyone. They're already injured.
But also, they're...
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Scared me.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, Barry Alvarez.
You just scared me.
I didn't mean to startle you. But aren't they undefeated? The Niners?
No, they lost the game.
Did they?
They just lost to the Jaguars. Remember Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh were going to fight.
Whoa. Never mind then. I was going to stand up for them. Not doing it now.
I literally just said, start of my statement, they lost to the Jaguars.
Sorry. You talk a lot. I tune you out sometimes. Same with Matt.
You know
Same
what I
with
said
myself.
earlier is even more true now.
What did you say earlier?
When you were giving me a hard time about getting to the office. I said, Molly, it was like, what time do you get to the office? So I'm driving back, and I had a meeting, and Molly was part of it.
I questioned him.
And I was like, what are you, my wife? And now she's not listening to me? Like, it sounds exactly like,
Fair.
when are you going to be home? I'm not listening to you. I mean, there you go.
That is true. That is true. Also, side note, it's very weird. Like, it's kind of crazy when you think about Robert Saleh. Just when you brought him up, I thought about this. Like, do you guys remember when he was on the Packers sidelines just a couple months ago, like at their practices, watching to kind of help them, and now he's helping with the 49ers.
Well, he's their defensive coordinator, yeah.
I don't love it. Don't love it. Anyways, next one here, guys. Over under. Oh, that's awkward. I put over under Mac Jones. That's all.
Don't want to be under.
Yeah, I guess I'll go over.
Hold on.
Molly,
Hold on.
you didn't answer.
I'll find it.
You want to go to the next
it.
and I can find it?
Can't wait for that Molly's
Go to the next one and I'll
Okay,
find
let's
Mac
go
Jones.
to the next
Hold
one
on.
here, guys.
I can't wait for that Molly's Pato Picks graphics to come out this week with that Max Jones over under.
I found it. Over under 217 and a half passing yards for Mac Jones.
Under.
Oh, Jim.
How you changed your tune once passing yards got it.
Hey, you know.
Once you heard the number.
The mood struck me different.
I feel like for the logic that I use for Matt Stafford, I got to go over because they're going to be behind and he's going to have to sling it to get back in this game.
But does Mac Jones stink? Like, I don't even know what he looks like as a player.
He does, but
I tuned him out after like year
213. That's like
217 and a half, actually.
217 and a half. So, I'm still going to take the over.
God, I hope they led like 216.
Me too. Ryan?
I'm really just trailing Matt's logic so far in this category today. I'm going to go over as well. I think they're going to be trailing. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot. So, yeah, I'll ride with Matt.
All right, guys. We talked about number one wide receivers yesterday, and the Packers don't really have one, even with Romeo Doubs. So, the number one, well, actually, he's the number two wide receiver for the Los Angeles Rams. Over under 56 and a half receiving yards for Devontae Adams. Jim?
I think I got to go over if I'm doing the Stafford over.
Wow, it's that low. Really?
Yeah.
I get, Puka Nacua is just
stealing
eating up.
targets.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm curious what
yards.
Puka
Not to mention
Nacua's is.
Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Solid too.
Puka Nacua is over under 93 and a half for what it's worth. Matt?
What'd you say, 56?
56 and a half.
Man, that feels very doable. I'll go over.
And Ryan.
I got to go under just because I got to be different from Matt at some point here.
At some point.
Yeah, I'll go under.
All right. How about we do a little tiebreaker then here? Guess the score. Ryan, you first.
Cumulative total?
No. Guess the. Yeah. You know what? Guess total points. And I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Guess the total. Okay.
Right. I'll stay off my phone.
You probably already looked.
I did not.
I will go with 47.
Ooh, I like that number, Ryan. I like that.
I'll go 52.
59. I like the number.
69.
That's what he sounded like. He said, "Oh, I like that number." What'd you say? 50 what?
52.
Okay. And Matt.
Interesting. I feel like it's going to live in between there, but that really puts me in a box. I'll go 46.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, Ryan.
For what it's worth, the over-under on Pato is 44.
Yeah.
So, You were close.
I'm expecting the Rams to kind of pour it on a little bit. I think this is a sneaky rivalry. It's a sneaky rivalry, I think.
Sneaky rivalry? What does that mean?
It's full-on rivalry.
Well, it's a full-on rivalry, but I don't think general NFL fans think of it as like a big rivalry most of the
But
time.
it is. They're in the same division.
Yeah, but it's not like Steelers-Ravens the way we think about that, or Packers.
Okay, I get it.
Bears.
Packers, Bears, yeah, I get it.
Ryan, a couple years ago in 22, before heading to the Olympics, they sent us to L.A., and I believe it was a playoff game between San Francisco.
I remember this game, yes.
And I tell you what, granted, I was masked, but there were so many people at this hotel that we were staying at, that were just basically San Francisco 49er fans also going to the game.
Okay.
There was some chippiness. It felt like a full-blown rivalry
Was
when
that the
you're
year
amongst it.
Was that the year the Rams went and won the Super Bowl then? Was that the NFC Championship game?
I think it was the NFC Championship game because it would have been the end of January.
Yep, that would make perfect sense, yeah.
It was chippy.
That was a crazy game. That was the one where Stafford should have thrown a pick, and the safety for the 49ers, can't remember his name, just dropped it and then changed history. He finally got a Super Bowl. Jim's holding up a piece of paper for Molly to read.
Are we doing cover 5, Ryan?
Well, I don't want to ask it on the air.
Are you waiting for that tomorrow?
We're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to make some don't quote me predictions for the Brewers once we know who their actual opponent's going to be.
Love it.
Got you. All right.
So
This
fun.
is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Game day starts on Regent Street. Fuel up before every Wisconsin football home game at the Monster Energy tent. Grab free samples, snag some Monster gear, and get your energy up before kickoff. The best football pregame start with Monster Energy.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
This is Martin Sesaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. We are at Mentoring Positives. They had some fantastic pizza here. We are helping them, it looks like, do some bottling and boxing up some boxes for when they have their busy time of the night. We are happy to be here. Primetime Lorshine back at the Everlight Solar Studio, and we are going to throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
And before we get to this clip, Steve the Homer True retweeted that ESPN Madison had Kelly Stauffer scheduled to appear. Here's what he had to say. I did play-by-play for Ammer Legion Baseball, Alliance, Nebraska versus Rushville, Nebraska. And Stauffer, pitching for Rushville, a great athlete, did something that I said was Bush League in the game. His dad cut my broadcast phone line. He didn't like my comment. He said he did wait till the end of the game.
Whoa, what?
That's crazy.
What does it mean he cut his phone line?
I think he literally, after the game, cut the line.
Sounded like he couldn't talk on the air.
Yeah. Well, he said he did wait till after the game.
I get that, but
still,
moving
it's messed
forward.
up. Yes. Yeah.
So
well, hey, if you guys ever have him on the jump around again, you'll have to ask him about it.
Absolutely.
That's
He was
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
So Kelly Stauffer played quarterback. He did not play. He is from Nebraska. He lives in Nebraska currently, he told us. Played out of Colorado State and then played in the NFL for Seattle, Miami a little bit as well. I think 1 year with Carolina. He is on the broadcast for the ESPN radio call of the Michigan versus Wisconsin game with Mark Kestisher and Ian Fitzsimmons. That you can obviously stream through the ESPN Wisconsin app, and then also you can listen to that on Sirius XM. But let's get to Kelly Stauffer because he had some pretty strong statements about Luke Fickell handling the injury of Billy Edwards.
You know, I don't want to stir the pot here, but I was a little disturbed how the quarterback position was handled against Maryland, to be honest with you. Billy Edwards Jr. was not ready to play. And I didn't like, as a former quarterback and as a former player, seeing a player in that position. I don't care how bad he wants to play against his former team. It was that first drive on 3rd and 7 down in the red zone after the big play. They run the ball on second down. They go to throw it on 3rd down, and he wasn't willing to put his left foot on the ground. Your plant foot is a right-handed thrower. And then he isn't in that next play. They missed that field goal, you guys remember. He isn't in the first play of the next drive, but he's in the second play. So he talked his way onto the field again. And there were people that dropped the ball in that situation, to be perfectly honest. I can deal with player injuries and kind of misfortune in that sense. I can't deal with those decisions. That was desperation to me. And Luke Fickell is better than that.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it's interesting. Like, I didn't see I saw the initial injury when Billy Edwards Jr. got hurt, like, first thing in the season. I didn't see this one during the Maryland game. But I believe, Jim, that you told me off the air that, well, you guys had it on the jump around, but I believe that clip was cut short.
Yep.
That, like, there was things about the motion that he was throwing that he couldn't put all the weight on his feet and everything.
He noticed he didn't put the left foot down.
Yeah.
He said it in the clip there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Luke Fickell did take some ownership of it after. Not listening to me again, Molly. I get it.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah, Luke Fickell did also take some accountability for it in his Monday press conference as well, saying that it wasn't.
But But I will say he was desperate, though. Like, he was desperate to beat Maryland. So, what was? I don't like advocate for putting somebody out there when they're not ready and getting them more injured than what they already are.
Right.
But if you're trying to win the game and you really are desperate, because newsflash, you can't lose to Maryland at home this season, but it sucks because they still lost. Kind of the same thing with like the Zach Tom injury, where it's like, it sucked that they put him out, and then it made it even worse that the Packers lost.
Yeah, you can't let players talk their way back onto the field. Like, you're the coach. You made a decision. You got to ride with it. And, I mean, he makes a good point. He probably shouldn't have been there in the first place if he is afraid to put his plant foot down, because obviously, you know, the quarterback's got the red jersey in practice and they're not getting hit, so he can step into his throws in practice and stuff. But there's got to be some way that Fickell can see that and stick to his guns, so to speak. So, like, I think that speaks more volumes about this coaching staff than it does about, like, Billy Edwards.
I agree 100%. Ryan, you're a big Badgers fan. What's your thought on this whole thing?
I think it kind of is even worse than the way Molly presented it, too. Like, honestly, I agree with you that it's obviously desperate by Luke Fickell and that he needed to do something to try and beat Maryland. I don't care if that's the case. I mean, you can't put a guy out there to risk his health, and if they're so desperate where they need to be risking a guy who they know isn't even going to be effective. Luke Fickell basically said to Colton Bartholomew, too, in the Wisconsin State Journal, that they wanted to put him out there almost just to throw Maryland off, just so that they wouldn't be ready for it and they could maybe, like, get an easy free one against them. Like, you really feel like that's going to work, first of all, against a Maryland team that shouldn't be that much better than you. And then, two, you don't have enough trust in Danny O'Neal to start him for the game, so how much trust is he going to have in anything he's doing on the field? How much confidence is he going to have? And then the rest of the team just feels probably thrown off when they know that there's a guy out there who's not truly effective or healthy. Like, across the board, it just feels like mismanagement by Luke Fickell, and it does make me feel way worse about him as a head coach. Like,
really?
I just think if he'd have stuck with it after that initial injury, and I know, like, a lot of players will walk off even for one play, and they'll come back in. Matt Stafford basically broke his collarbone, got taken off the field for a game, came back in, threw a game-winning touchdown. Like, I'm not saying it can't work, but this feels more like I want to beat my old team, not like, coach, I'm good, I'm feeling it. He's like, I want to be out there because I want to give them the L. And again, Luke Fickell, this is college. Like, you're the leader of men out here, and these guys are just, like, coming into their own. You can't be wishy-washy. You have to, like, stick by your decisions and then defend them or take ownership of it, because now saying that, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, like, that's something that's on me. Like, not only are you admitting to your mistake, you're also admitting that you are, like, I don't want to say weak-minded, but you let someone convince you of something that you didn't believe in.
Yeah.
Right. And
it makes him look incompetent, to be honest. It feels like a full incompetence across the entire coaching staff.
Scared.
That
right?
too,
because here's the thing. Like, yeah, sure, you needed, if you needed to beat Maryland and you felt that way, is he giving you that much better of a crack if he's not feeling 100% than your backup quarterback, who is, for as far as we're concerned, is 100%? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I don't know, incompetence strong, but I think Luke Fickell is just, his confidence is just as shot as Danny O'Neal's was for that situation, and now this entire Badgers team, it's snowballing, and it starts at Fickell, and if he has low confidence, which it seems like right now, it does not look good. It does not bode well for the rest of the season.
I think the whole team is desperate.
Uh-huh.
And it showed. And I think Saturday is going to be messy.
Score predictions?
Yeah, I was about to say, guys.
Did they cover? Was it 16.5 or did that?
No, I don't
it
think the
few
Badgers
days
get to
ago.
double digits for points.
It's currently 17 points, I believe.
So it moved up a half a point since it opened.
Yeah, it's going to be between
It's
that.
almost 3 touchdowns.
I mean, that's what it almost was against Bama.
I would smash the Michigan on that one. Michigan on that one. Give me the
smash or pass.
Give me the
Smash the Wolverines, pass on the Badgers. Swipe right,
go.
swipe left.
Yes, super like on the Wolverines. I'm swiping up.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Absolutely. They'll have no alibi.
But apparently Michigan is an easy place to play.
Nobody?
What?
Isn't that a cheer?
You ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
Where did that come from?
She said it was going to be ugly, and I said they had no alibi.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it either.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't pick up on that either.
You got to be a little.
But it was
smarter
very
than
funny.
We
Jim.
weren't.
What's that?
It was very funny though.
You didn't even laugh.
Now that we explained it.
Yes, that's the best jokes is when you got to explain
You got to
it.
explain them.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Jim Matt Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What is going on with the hair right now? Oh my god!
What's wrong with it?
Flock of Seagulls type haircut here. Ryan.
He looks fully like Johnny Bravo, if you guys know that cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Do you
my
think you're
gosh.
as jacked as him?
No.
Oh.
No, Johnny Bravo is all upper body. He skipped leg day though, and I don't do that.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the High Life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like the Village Green, Cahoots Bar, Whatever Bar, and Dot's Tavern.
I really struggled with choosing a career path. I had so many interests and couldn't decide what to do. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm figuring it all out, making friends and connections along the way. Coming here is the best decision I ever made. My advice to others? Just take the first step. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Sari Marks.
Hello.
Welcome from Sun Prairie West. When did you fall in love with volleyball?
I started trying it out in like 5th grade, and then about 6th grade I discovered club, and since then I've just kept on going up with it, kept trying to get better, and then with high school starting, it's been a whole new level and it's been really fun.
When you look at academics and athletics here, what makes Sun Prairie West special to you?
I'd say my classmates make it really special too, but also the teachers. I've had some really special ones throughout the years. Even my freshman year I took a class, AP Human Geography with Miss Dahlgren, and she still reaches out. She asks us to do like mentoring stuff for the younger grades, and it's been fun to like stay involved in classes that I've took even 3 years ago.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here. Football season is here, and I've got to tell you, Prize Picks has made every game more fun for me. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on at least 2-player projections, like Josh Allen's passing yards or Saquon Barkley finding the end zone, and you're in the game. I love how quick and easy it is. I can set a lineup in less than a minute, and I even get the option to stack a single player across different stats. Want to play it safe? Go with Flex Play. Want the big payout? Try Power Play. And no matter how you play, Prize Picks makes it fun all season long. Withdrawals are fast and secure with Apple Pay, Venmo, and more. And that's why millions of fans, including myself, are already on America's #1 fantasy sports app. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 SPN Madison.
Man, I got this swag. My head back to my bag. You know I'm popping tag. But man, I got this swag. Man, I got this swag. My head back to my bag.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you live at Mentoring Positives. Primetime Lowershine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. It's Carbs Talk text line. List is more.
Madison College has been educating Wisconsin students since 1912, more than a century of opportunity. Today, many students actually start their bachelor's degree right at Madison College. And with special transfer tracks and agreements with schools like UW, you can save money, earn credits, and then move right into a 4-year program. Last year alone, over 4,500 students made the jump from Madison College to more than 600 universities. It's a proven pathway to success, and it all starts at Madison College. Start your path at madisoncollege.edu.
The Cubs still lead the Padres 2-0, heading to the bottom of the 6th. Dansby Swanson just had an inning, which is probably not that rare, but the ball was hit to him at shortstop twice, and he got all 3 outs because he fielded it through a guy out of first with like a rocket arm throw. Then a double play, took himself, ran to the bag, stepped on it, jumped up the guy out. So electric crowd at Wrigley. I will say this, the electricity in the air if the Brewers play the Cubs, from like a vibes being at the game, especially at Wrigley. I know we're all Brewer fans, or everyone's Brewer fans listening, but still, like Wrigley, playoff baseball, Brewers, Cubs, the whole thing, like that screams baseball. Fact. Much like Ryan was saying with the Yankees, Red Sox.
And that's that's exactly what I was thinking of. Like that series, it being a rivalry series, it's like 90 minutes away from each other down I-90. Like, it feels different if they play the Cubs in the postseason, whether they win or lose. Like, it'll be, honestly, I think it'll be the most interesting series of the divisional round, which would be awesome if the Brewers and the Cubs are at the center stage of the MLB playoffs. That'd be great.
It absolutely will be the most interesting series there. But Matt,
so wait,
it's funny.
Are you trying to say the Cubs already won? Are you trying to crown them?
No, if it gets there, no.
Did any of you get tickets to this first round of playoff games or no? Not yet?
No. But I might have to figure out a way to get in there if I need to.
Okay.
We talked about JD from North South want to go to the game. Maybe I'll take him.
That's true.
With ESPN Madison.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Ryan, are you going to go?
I did not secure any tickets for myself, no.
Ryan.
I know.
What kind of fan are you?
I've only ever been to one postseason playoff game the Brewers won. First game of the NLCS against the Cardinals before they got gentlemen swept for the rest of the series. But I don't know. I don't know if I could handle myself at a playoff baseball game. Honestly, a playoff game in general, I don't.
Well, what are you gonna do? Get rowdy? What are you talking about? That's what you're supposed to do.
I'll be honest, guys. This might surprise you. I used to have a pretty dark side as a fan. Like, I used to get really emotional during games and not behave very well and not handle my emotions well. Hey.
Wait, hold on. You have to tell us the story. Now I need to know.
There were times where I was around my friends in college and they had to point out some behaviors, tendencies of mine where I was like, I really have to look myself in the mirror here.
Well, can you give us something that's airable, like that you're not too ashamed of?
I would say the one I'm probably the most ashamed of. I was a sophomore in college.
Some cookies here from Mentoring Positives.
Ooh, amazing.
On the ESPN Madison YouTube stream.
Yeah, you can see it on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream.
It looks so good.
Matt, why don't you do the honors of tasting it and then describing it to everyone in a minute? But Ryan, go ahead and tell us.
I'll keep describing my terrible fan behaviors. Yes. There was a game when the Badgers, right before playing Ohio State in the regular season, in 2021. I was a sophomore in college. I watched this in my apartment with 2 other people, one of my roommates and then a girl from who was across the hall in our apartment complex. We all just hanging out and watching the game because literally everyone else on campus is gone. It's the sleepiest game of the Badgers' regular season slate. It's Illinois before they go to play Ohio State, the Chase Young Ohio State of 2019. They ended up losing that game because they just gave up like 3 giant plays to Illinois. Like, wasn't that like Lovie Smith's final year, Jim, as the head coach?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
I mean, they were not a good team, and that was a year where I thought the Badgers could actually go and like make the college football playoff and really achieve something for the first time in my life.
So a lot of setup for his behavior here. So I'm really curious what happens.
So I might have, after they lost on a game-losing field goal, walked around, threw my hat against the wall, and screamed at the top of my lungs on the balcony for, maybe 30 seconds, where I scared the person from across the hall to go back to her apartment, and nobody said anything to me for the next 2 days.
That's actually not that bad.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like you weren't watching sports fans.
I kind of do that like when the Packers lose now. So
that's a standard Prairie Creek Hunter vibe I got.
Yeah. I feel like you're watching that game with some soft people. No offense to them.
Yeah, like that's
I wouldn't be
soft.
afraid.
I thought you were going to talk about like you're like
you
getting
punched
in
a
fights.
hole in the wall.
No, I've never
You're
done
getting
that.
into fights with people at the
No,
stadium
no.
or something.
I would never get in a physical altercation with
He goes
another
on
person.
like a 36-hour bender afterwards.
Right.
I don't remember.
He probably did that too. He just didn't want to say it on the air.
All right. Well, Matt is in with Riley tomorrow. Molly's out. I'm out separately. I'll be back on Monday.
Allegedly.
We're enjoying salads on our own. That's all I got to say.
Oh, really? This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more